Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper, and it's time to take a look at the news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Well, last week in our review of the World Championships, we talked extensively with national women's coach Terry Steiner. They led the U.S. team to a third-place finish in Uzbekistan with 3 medalists. This week, we'll catch up with the other 2 national coaches of USA Wrestling. We start with men's freestyle coach Bruce Burnett. He rejoined USA Wrestling earlier this year. Burnett, if you recall, was the national freestyle coach from '92 through 2000 and led the team to 2 world titles. In his first year back with the program, the U.S. came away with a pair of medals at the World Championships. Jordan Burroughs showed a lot of courage on his way to a bronze at 163. He was injured in his very first bout, but won 3 straight after that to reach the semifinals. It was there he dropped a decision to 2-time world champion Denis Sargush of Russia. Burroughs bounced back to win the bronze with a pin over Rustam Dudiev of Ukraine for his 4th career world or Olympic medal. Travel Delagnev put a gutsy performance together of his own at heavyweight. He opened with 2 wins before losing to eventual champ Taha Agul of Turkey. Delagnev battled back with 2 more wins and earned his 2nd career world bronze by beating past world champion Alexei Shirmarov of Belarus. Now, the U.S. team would go on to finish 9th in the freestyle standings. Now back at the OTC, we talked to Coach Burnett about his team's performance and what's next for the U.S. freestylers.
I'm still disappointed in the performance or the outcome, I'll say. I'm not disappointed in the effort that they put forth in their training and their competition, but we certainly could have had better results based on the number of matches that we were ahead. Our lead management was not very good, and so we had the opportunity to bring home more medals, and so that's frustrating. Every wrestler goes out and earns the right to win, right? We talk about earning the right to win, and so they do all the right things to give them a chance to get on the podium, but still they have to make it so, and that's what those 2 individuals did. And so I'm happy that they brought home some hardware. We're going to look to bring home the golds next time. Our best guys can get on the podium every time they wrestle at a World Championships. I believe that 100%. Without a doubt, any of the weight classes have the potential to win a medal at the World Championships. And several of them have an opportunity to win the gold medal at the World Championships. It still comes down to not making mistakes, being in good shape, controlling the center of the mat, controlling the tie-up. Wrestling, that's what it really comes down to. Does it help that we're here? You bet it helps, because we're going to have 8,000 people cheering for us. Is that going to help us? You bet it's going to help us. But I'm going to go a step further, Gary. We need to start winning things sooner than the World Championships. And so we need to win the Pan Am Games. We need to win the World Cup. Winning's a habit. Unfortunately, so's losing.
Well, the U.S. Greco team came into the World Championships under the leadership of a brand new head coach, Olympic and world silver medalist Matt Lindland. In just a few short months on the job, Lindland has already started to take the Greco program to a new direction. Leading the way for Lindland's team in Tashkent, Andy Basic, who had an incredible run at 165. After an opening win, Basic scored an amazing upset over world and Olympic champ Roman Vlasov of Russia in the 2nd. He dropped a close bout in the quarterfinals, but rallied back for 2 more wins, including a tech fall in the bronze against Japan's Hiroki Shimizu. With the win, Basic became the first American to earn a Greco medal since 2009. Spencer Mango was impressive at 130, winning 3 straight bouts on his way to a 5th-place finish. We did talk to Coach Linden about his team's 12th-place finish overall and the future of the U.S. Greco program.
Well, I think it was an outstanding first step for sure. With Andy had an incredible performance. He had one of the most exciting matches of the entire tournament, beating the Olympic champion Vlasov, and coming home with a medal. I mean, that's something we haven't done in 5 years. So we're excited about that. We're excited about that this is a good step forward. It's something to build on. When you're not bringing home medals for a while, I think what happens is your athletes tend to believe that, the world's too tough for us. And Andy's going out there and beating one of the toughest guys in the world, showing, hey, we're right there with the rest of the guys. Andy getting that medal, and to continue to build on that and show him and show that, this is a guy that's worked an extra job in between workouts, and it takes a lot of sacrifices, and showing that, this is a guy that's been able to do this while raising a family. He's got a wife, a child, another one on the way, and people are looking at, wow, man, I got it tough. I got to make all these sacrifices. Well, look how tough somebody else has. You're not the only guy in the world that has something tough. We all do. You don't get to win medals unless you go through some adversity and overcome it. And show that, show the struggle and show the triumph, both, because that's part of the story. Every one of these guys, I enjoy being around them. They all got great personalities, so we gotta engage people more often through what we're doing here on the video, through social media platform. We took a guy with us this year. I think some of it's going to come down to probably just time and money. Right. We're going to have to invest some time. We're going to have to invest some money into it. It is a priority. It's probably not as big a priority as it is right now to get these guys ready to win medals in 15 and 16.
Stay tuned. We'll have more international news when we continue. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
Well, in keeping with our World Championships theme, let's hook up with USA Wrestling's Richard Emmel for the top 5 moments for Team USA at the 2014 World Championships. Here's Richard Emmel with this week's edition of USA Wrestling's 5-Pointer.
All right, here we go. This week on 5-Pointer, I'm going to break down the top 5 individual moments from Team USA at the World Championships held a couple weeks ago in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Let's get things started with number 5. We're going to go to big man Travel Delagnev. Last 3 World Championships, Travel's come in 5th place. This year he broke through, got the bronze medal. Travel defeated 2011 world champion Alexei Shimarov of Belarus 2-1 in the bronze medal bout to secure his 2nd world bronze medal overall. We're going to move on to number 4 now. A star for the U.S. women's team, Elena Pyrishkova. She enacted some serious vengeance on her run to a silver medal this year in Tashkent. Pyrishkova opened the competition with a 5-4 win. It was a tight one over Latvia's Anastasia Georgieva, who defeated Pyrishkova handily at the 2012 Olympics. She followed that up with a thrilling 6-4 win over Saranzabold of Mongolia. Saranzabold actually pinned Pyrishkova at last year's World Championships in the 2nd round. So while she came up just short of that gold medal, Pyrishkova without a doubt had one of the most impressive runs for the U.S. in Tashkent. Coming in at number 3, we have one of the greats all-time, Jordan Burroughs. The man sprains his MCL in the 1st round, suffered his first ever loss in a World Championship competition, losing to Denis Sargush in the semifinals. He showed the heart of a champion, striking quickly in the bronze medal bout to win by fall over Ukraine's Rustam Dudayev. I mean, it was a quick one, it was a fight, but Burroughs came out on top to claim his bronze medal. Burroughs now claims 2 world titles, an Olympic gold, and a bronze medal in his illustrious career. in 4 years. Filling the number 2 spot, perhaps the most exciting match from Tashkent, my favorite match personally, the Stash, the Cowboy, Andy Bisic took down 2012 Olympic champion Roman Vlasov of Russia. It was a thriller, came down to the wire. Bisic trailed early, 4-0 to the Russian in the second round, stayed true to his game plan, wore down his opponent. He scored the clinching takedown with less than 5 seconds to go in the bout. Bisic would go on to claim the first bronze medal for the U.S. in Greco-Roman competition in 5 years. And now, here we have it, the top moment for Team USA at the 2014 World Championships, Adeline Gray's historic run to gold. In the opening round, Gray trailed China 9-2 late in the match before she rallied quick flurries of points to win it 11-10 in the final seconds. It was a crazy match. Check it out. Gray then took out Hiro Suzuki of Japan 2-1 in the quarterfinals, avenging 2 earlier season defeats to the Japanese opponent. She then capped things off with an impressive 2-1 win over Brazil's Aline da Silva to claim her second world championship. And there you have it. That's going to be the top 5, but let's not forget that impressive performance by the U.S. women's team. They took home the 3rd place trophy. I got it right here. I'll tell you what, this bad boy looks good, but it is heavy. It's hard to hold up. Congrats, ladies. We're real proud of you. And there you have it, guys. Top 5 moments from Team USA at the 2013 World Championships. Back to you, Scott.
Well, last week we took you through the U.S. lineup for the CISM World Military Championships that'll take place this weekend at Fort Dix, New Jersey. With 24 nations registered for the event, the field is going to be loaded with international stars. Competing at the championships will be 6 past Olympic medalists, led by 2008 Olympic bronze medalist Randy Miller of the United States in women's freestyle. Another Olympic medalist on the women's side who will be in action is 2008 Olympic bronze medalist Agnieszka Wisek-Kortis of Poland. Now, there are 4 Greco-Roman Olympic medalists registered to compete, including 2012 Olympic silver medalist Heikki Nabi of Estonia, 2008 Olympic bronze medalist Mindaugas Mizgaitis of Lithuania, 2012 Olympic bronze medalist Aleksander Kaskevich of Lithuania, and 2012 Olympic bronze medalist Damian Janikowski of Poland. Some of the world champs who will be in action include 2005 gold medalist Iris Smith of the U.S. She's one of the 3 past world champs that are registered. Smith will be joined by 2014 world champion Sirinshimig Suki of Mongolia in women's freestyle and 2-time world champion Heikki Nabi of Estonia in Greco-Roman. Iris Smith won the CISM World Gold Medal in 2010. She's among the 12 past CISM military world champs who will be returning to action this year. Now, we have 15 past world medalists that will be in action as well, including 2006 and 7 Greco-Roman world bronze medalist Justin Lester. Justin Lester, of course, of Team USA, is also one of the 2 past cadet world champs in the field. There are 4 past junior world champs registered, including Whitney Condor of the USA, and 2 past university world champs, including our own Spencer Mango. We talked to U.S. coach Sean Lewis on the CISM World Military Championships.
We have the best military in the world on all 4 branches by far, and so these guys know that they have a lot of buddies that they went to basic training, AIT with, that they deployed with. They're rooting for them and is dug in the foxhole as we speak. And those guys want to go out there and perform for those guys and motivate them, because those guys afforded us the opportunity to stay here and train and prepare for the World Championships and the Olympics. So these guys are really motivated to go out there and do the best for their country, men and women. We do at the Armed Forces. It's a bragging rights, and it's a tough competition, the smallest competition, but the toughest competition. But when it comes to CISMs, it's 1 team, 1 fight, 1 war, 1 win. So that's the way we look at it, and all 4 branches will be represented at the CISMs, and we'll become 1 big team, 1 Armed Forces team, and we'll go out there and swing for the fences. Good for performances, 4 or 5 gold medals, and winning the team title. So we have the individuals that can win individual titles, but if we put them all together, I think we can win a team title in Greco and possibly all 3 styles. It's iron sharpens iron, and so to perform at a very high level and be able to compete at a high level, you have to train at a high level. And I think the World Class Athlete Program, along with OTC, they need each other in order to train at that high level, so we can perform at a high level. So it's tit for tat. We help them, they help us, and no matter what competition we go to, hopefully we can bring back some hardware.
Be sure to check out themat.com and the USA Wrestling YouTube channel starting Friday to see a live stream of all 4 days of action at the CISM World Championships. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back. We have more when we return.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, with college wrestling season now only weeks away, Clarion University has announced that two-year head coach Troy Letters has stepped down to take a new job in the private sector. Keith Ferraro, who's been an assistant for the Eagles the last 2 years, has been named the interim head coach. Ferraro wrestled for Lock Haven for 4 years and extensive high school coaching experience as well in Pennsylvania, in addition to his time at Clarion. Other college programs are also rounding out their staff with the hiring of new assistants. They include past NCAA champ and four-time All-American Frank the Tank Molinaro. He's returned to his alma mater as an assistant coach for Penn State after spending the last 2 years at Rutgers. This past year, Molinaro placed third at the Freestyle World Team Trials to earn a spot on the Freestyle National Team. He'll continue to pursue his Olympic goals while serving on Cale Sanderson's Nittany Lions staff. Well, we have a couple new matchups that have been announced for the NWCA All-Star Classic taking place November 1st at the Palestra on the University of Pennsylvania campus. Last week, we announced the first pairing, a rematch between All-Americans A.J. Schopp of Edinburgh and Lehigh's Mason Beckman. Since that time, the NWCA has announced two additional challenge bouts starting at 125. Two-time All-American Nishan Garrett of Cornell will make his second straight appearance at the Classic, this time against Virginia Tech's All-American Joey Dance. Garrett topped Oklahoma's Gerard Patterson in overtime at last year's Classic and went on to a runner-up finish at the NCAAs, while Dance shocked the world by finishing fourth at the championships as the 16th seed.
Whether you're at a venue or you know it well enough or not, I think it's just your mindset when you go into it. But I'm ready to go. I think I'm prepared whether I know the players or whether I'm not. Come out and watch. It's going to be an exciting match. I think hopefully we're gonna show you guys something that's just super exciting, that keeps you guys on your toes, on the edge of your seats. Yeah, so we just want you to come on.
Dresser told me about 3 weeks ago that I'll probably get the bid to go because of Matt Galuda's red shirt, and so I was really excited, and I'm really excited to wrestle a guy like Garrett too. That'll be a good one to start off the season. Freestyle, you kind of have to finish your shots quick. So, I've gotten a lot better over the summer about finishing my shots a lot quicker. Because in freestyle, if you just kind of shoot in, you just hang on in there, you're going to get rolled right through and you're going to give up a lot of points. So, you just have to learn to finish quick. You really don't do much bottom in freestyle, though, which is the downfall. But we work on that a lot during preseason.
Well, the top two returning All-Americans at 184 from last year also have agreed to do battle. Cornell's Gabe Dean will take on Old Dominion's Jack Deco. Dean finished third at last year's championships by defeating Deco in the third-place bout. It's been a busy summer for Dean, who won a bronze medal at the FILA Junior World Championships for the U.S. in Zagreb, Croatia. Here's Dean and Deco on their matchup for the All-Star Classic.
The Palestra is a cool place to wrestle. I wrestled there actually twice this past year. One for the AIWA Championships, and then we dual pen there. So it's a really, really awesome atmosphere. It's an amazing opportunity, just to be able to wear that C and represent not only your program, but, the university, in that setting. So,
I was a point away from being in the finals and competing for a national title. So that's something I hold on to. And, this year I'll be older. I've been there before, so I know what it takes. So I still carry it with me, and I still want to get that win over Dean, as well as, he's a guy that is going to be in the trail to win a national title. So it's very, I would say, personal.
We'll announce all the other matchups on the program as they become available. Tickets are now on sale to Penn Athletic Ticket Office or online through the NWCA website at nwcaonline.com. Well, stay tuned. We have more. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, this last week, the wrestling media company Flow Wrestling announced the creation of a new professional wrestling organization, the Flow Premier League. The FPL, as it will be called, is recruiting exciting and talented post-collegiate wrestlers to add to their roster. The organization will bring some exciting change to the sport, starting with athlete apparel. Instead of a singlet, athletes will be competing in fight shorts, and the matches will be wrestled under new rules, a hybrid of freestyle and folk style. The debut match for the Flow Premier League will be a battle between the two-time NCAA champ Chris Perry and two-time NCAA runner-up Robert Hamlin. They'll be headlining the Who's Number One event on October 18th at Grace Hall on the campus of Lehigh in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Perry placed third at the 2014 U.S. World Team Trials in freestyle and is a past university and junior world medalist for the U.S. 2008 Olympian, two-time Hodge Trophy winner, and one FC welterweight champ in mixed martial arts, Ben Askren has been named the commissioner of the league. The organization will host 6 events its first year: November 29th in Albany, New York, December 21st in Chicago, January 25th in Whitewater, March 18th in St. Louis, and April 5th in Indiana. We, of course, will keep you posted on further developments on the FPL. Well, one of the biggest sporting events on the planet this year is the Asian Games, going on this week in Incheon, Korea. The Continental Championships is held every 4 years, and it's one of our sport's top competitions. Well, there's a strong U.S. connection to this competition. If you recall, a few weeks ago, Clarion University All-American Behzad Abdurakhmanov of Uzbekistan won a bronze medal in freestyle at the World Championship in Tashkent. Fast forward a few weeks, and Abdurakhmanov has done it again. After defeating Takafumi Kojima of Japan in the semifinals 6-0, he went on to beat hometown hero Oh Man-ho of Korea 7-2 in the finals. He became only the 4th Uzbekistan wrestler to win an Asian Games gold. On behalf of USA Wrestling, we'd like to congratulate Behzad, who is a proud product of the United States wrestling family. Also making headlines at the event, 3-time Olympic champion Saori Yoshida of Japan. Almost lost in the opening round, but fought off her back to defeat China's Zhong, 121 pounds, in that battle. She dominated her other match and went on to capture her 4th Asian Games gold. Well, the Japanese women as a whole were impressive, to say the least. 2 more gold medals from world champion Eri Tasaka at 105 and Rio Watari at 138. Iran won 4 of the men's freestyle gold medals, led by Musad Ismailpour at 134, Misa Mustafa Jakur at 189, and Riza Yazdani at 213, and Parviz Hadi at heavyweight. Tune in next week for coverage from the Greco portion of the Asian Games. Well, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are always sent in by families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our photo contest page in our USA Wrestler magazine and on our USA Wrestler Facebook page. This week's photo was taken by international wrestling photographer, one of the best, Larry Slater, and it shows a U.S. Women's World Freestyle Wrestling team posing together in Tashkent after taking 3rd place in the World Championships in Uzbekistan. Great shot, Larry. Have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's photo contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, that'll do it for this edition of the program. From all of us at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.